Hello
Welcome.
to the Musos podcast.
We are the Musos. Hello.
Hi
Welcome.
to the Musos. Oh, we're stuck in a loop now. Welcome.
Welcome to the only podcast in Sydney being recorded right now. I think.
Is that true?
Possibly. No, everyone's got a podcast.
Everyone's doing. We're not very original, are we?
No.
Everyone's doing a podcast about anything, and we didn't.
Are the
We picked a
Musos.
niche called Musos, and we barely talk about music.
We are the Musos.
Mm-hmm. You following that up?
No, I just reading
We
things.
are the Musos. From the chat, we are streaming this podcast live on Twitch and YouTube. So if you do want to tune in,
you can do that. We usually go live on Wednesdays, around about between 12 and 3 p.m.
Yep.
Sydney time. That may not be the case for the next little bit because we are heading away. But currently we are live, and a message from chat just caught me off guard. Usually I ignore it. I'm good and it doesn't get me, but I'm in chat reading mode and I read a message, the first message, and it got me. Which is very unlike me. I don't usually get got by chat messages.
You're like a bad actor who breaks
Yeah.
in the scene.
Breaks. That's why I only get cast for the role of myself. Because I can't break character then.
If someone was going to make a movie of your life, who would you cast?
Myself. Aside from that, someone yesterday said that I look like Matt Damon. I don't know how to take that. He's got a very big bum chin.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. People always tell me I look like Chris Pratt, but they never follow up whether it's Chris Pratt from
I get a little bit of
Parks
Chris
and
Pratt.
Rec days, or whether it's Star
Which Chris
Lord.
Pratt? Star-Lord. I'm sure you take Star-Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Parks and Rec is great. It's a great show. So I
I
also take that.
Last week I went and saw Avatar.
Do I look like that? Wait, someone
No.
told me I look like the guy, not when he's blue, but the guy in Avatar.
I've been told I look like the guy in
Oh,
Avatar.
are we the same? Maybe I'll cast you.
I'll cast you in my movie.
Yes.
No.
Who will I play?
I don't know.
The
You-
ugly stepsister.
Lovely. But I did go and see Avatar last week, the 2009 one.
It's remastered.
Is it?
Yeah, I was just about to follow up because
Okay.
before you drop yourself in going, this looks incredible. Since
is
our
it?
conversation on
Okay.
this, I found out that it is remastered.
Okay, because I was going to say, I went in there being like, oh, I wonder if it's going to look a bit dated. And I remember going in and the visuals were awesome. And I was like, this is better than everything that's out today.
Yeah.
But I guess that explains why.
Yeah.
I would like to see what the 2009... Because that was visually the most amazing thing at the time.
Yeah. Weren't people like coming out of it being all depressed? That was the thing. People had gone to see the movie and then were depressed in their normal lives because they didn't live on, what's the name of the planet?
It sounds like me going to VR.
What's the name of the planet? Yeah, it's you coming from VR.
Oh, Pandora.
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 Box.
Pandora.
Very rude.
You're on Pandora.
Pandora.
Everything's trying to kill you out here.
Straya.
I don't think he was Australian.
But it's the same premise.
There's birds
Everything's
carrying
trying to kill
snakes. You're going to throw snakes at you.
There's some guys with tails and shit.
Straya.
Straya.
Yeah, but really good movie. But I've been told I look like the Jake Sully.
Is that how he talks?
No, I think that's how they talked about him.
You sounded more like the girl
Jake
from
Sully. Sully sort of
Fifth
sounds
Element.
like Sully.
Was it? What she
Something.
say? What she say?
Fifth Element.
Multipass. Have you seen Fifth
No.
Element? No.
Multipass.
Multipass.
I want one. What does it do?
I can't remember.
Multipass.
Have you not seen Fifth Element?
No,
It's a good movie.
no. What is the Fifth Element?
It's not earth, air, fire, or water. It is
Good.
grass.
It's not the four elements.
I'm just
That's good
ticking
to
them
know.
off. It's grass.
Grass.
Yeah, grass.
That's grass.
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 If you're from on the north side of the bridge, it's grass.
Grass.
It's more nasal.
Grass.
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 Grass. Grass.
Grass.
We're just
We're
saying words.
Great.
We're so hyper focused on like grass, how things sound.
Yeah.
Audio. That's because we're musos.
Yeah, audio files.
Audio.
That's a multiple thing. We have audio files, and you're an audio file.
Audiophile just sounds like someone who like gets off to audio.
Well,
I guess that is what they
touched up
are.
an MP3.
Stroking my headphones. I like the way they cut my ears. Audiophile.
I wish that was like closer to the mic. So yeah, that just
it sounded loud in my ear.
Yeah, because it did. Even from here, it sounded nice, comforting.
Audiophiles.
Yeah. What's your favorite type of audiophile?
The ones that look in my windows at night.
What?
No, MP3s.
It's got to be MP3, right?
Yeah, well, like obviously, I like the
not a
true
WAV.
audiophile. WAVs are what you want because that's the right quality. If you're
They're
gonna
really big.
if you're gonna put something on Spotify, you put the WAV.
It's big though.
It's big, but the thing is, it's kind of that thing where you can't. It's very hard. You can listen to an MP3 and a WAV, and you kind of can't really distinguish the difference.
Sorry, I'm
but
losing
they
myself.
say you should put a 60 megabyte WAV file is your 6 megabyte MP3. So you always want to put the WAV on Spotify because it's a better quality.
Yeah, but we'll save that for another podcast.
Wow.
Which we're going to do a Spotify-related podcast for musicians. A little how-to guide, kind of how-to. I will ask all the questions, and you will tell me why I'm wrong. But also,
I'm excited.
me being me, we were talking about audio files, and we were complaining something was big, and you were saying it was very hard.
I did not say that.
I thought it was funny. You did. So I wanted to interject, but I thought I'd let you make your point before I become a child.
Audio files
Yeah. Yeah.
with restraining orders.
Wow. Do you say GIF or GIF?
I say GIF.
Yeah, because it's GIF.
Do you remember when memes came out and people would call them memes?
Yeah, what a weird people.
Yeah.
You did it,
Where
didn't you?
did the word come from originally?
It was from me. I tell you, me. Look, you just gave me. If looks could kill,
I just see you.
I would be seriously injured.
I see you right now watching this VOD back on the computer, laughing at your own joke.
Yeah, well, someone's got it.
Me.
There was a scene from Family Guy before where it's Julia Roberts. They make a joke about Julia Roberts, and it cuts.
Does she look like a horse? Is that the joke?
No,
I think it's someone else.
someone else.
Yeah.
But it like cuts to her doing like a charity sort of thing, and she's like, "Many people died in the tsunami, but I didn't." Me. Like, that's the scene. But all my friends used to quote that back to me as something that I would do.
Nice.
And I was like, "Oh, thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Thanks, everyone. Thanks
Well
for
deserved.
caring."
Yeah.
And they also thought that. Have you seen American Psycho?
Yeah.
Patrick Bateman bumping uglies with a lady
Patrick Bateman.
is the main character,
Yes.
and he's just flexing in the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
They say that would be me as well.
Nice. Yeah. Does it hurt your feelings?
No,
Like, they compare me to Patrick Bateman?
they have a camera in my room. They know me too well.
That's a good movie, though.
It's a great movie.
Um,
I think it's
I like
my
the
favorite
scene,
movie.
the scene with the business cards.
It is fantastic.
It's good.
Trying to shove the cat into the ATM machine.
Oh, I don't remember that bit.
The kitten right at the end is when he probably goes down.
He like loses it
Do you know
all.
they made a sequel?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
American Audiophile.
And it's American Psycho 2.
Yeah.
They made a sequel.
With him?
No. But do you know how but the,
I guess
but the
it would've
best
been
part
a
of
different
the
Psycho.
best part of the movie is the ending is whatever you've interpreted it as. It could be one of like 4 or 5 different things.
Yep.
And so that's what makes this film so good. But what they did was they made a second film going, "Oh, American Psycho is good. Let's make a second one." But the killer is a high school girl.
Oh.
And,
Oh,
and
they really
the movie
flipped it up.
the movie starts with like she just like kills Patrick Bateman. It's just at a dinner table. You never see him, but she kills him to start. Like just immediately, it's like she's at a dinner table or whatever, and she kills him, and that's the start.
How do you know it's him?
Because it refers to
To
Patrick
him.
Bateman or whatever, and then she just kills him. And then
Oh, and
and
it's
then the
supposed
movie
to
goes
be
on,
like
and
a-
it becomes this
Oh,
like
weird.
high school thing, and she's a killer. Like I'll be honest, haven't watched it, but I spoke to you last week about me watching movie reviews and not actually watching the movie.
Yeah, okay.
But this was someone was losing their mind at this
okay.
terrible sequel.
You were goggle boxing.
Yeah, but this guy's like fantastic. His name's Drew Gooden. He's a brilliant YouTuber.
Drew Gooden. I
Yeah.
like that. Do you reckon when he was in primary school and he was
he's
doing,
hilarious.
doing art?
What?
The teacher comes over and goes,
I used
Drew
to
Gooden.
play rugby. I used to play rugby
yeah.
with a boy. His name was Jonathan, but we called him Johnny. His last name was Too Good.
Johnny Too Good.
Too Good. His last name was Too Good.
With like 4 O's in it.
Well, yeah, that's
Too
yeah,
Good.
Too Good.
Too good.
His name was Too Good.
That's great.
Why
People
is that
don't
not
change
my
their names
name?
anymore.
Why is that not my name?
Yours is hurt because you cause people
God
pain.
damn it.
Cause everyone pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
People don't change their surnames that often, do they anymore?
You should change yours to Naughty.
No.
Maybe I'll
But I
change
live in the
mine to
southern
North.
hemisphere.
I'll change mine to Naughty. And I'll change my
Nice.
first name to Tomothy, like yours.
Nice.
Because
Tomothy
those
Norby.
who don't know, Tom, his full name is Tomothy.
Tomothy Southerly.
No, not Southerly. Southerly.
It is Southerly.
Is it Southerly? Like the winds?
ERLY, like the winds.
Yeah.
Like the weather app I'm working on. It's coming along.
You,
coming along.
You had a follow-up issue about your weather app yesterday because yesterday in Sydney was a beautiful day. But you brought your washing in because the weather app said...
Not only am I annoyed about bringing my washing in, I took an umbrella out with me yesterday.
You fool!
No.
It was a beautiful
I took an
day.
umbrella out yesterday. I did because it said thunderstorms, and I was like, well, I'm walking into the city, going to be walking back. Guess what? Got halfway back. I left my umbrella.
Why? Don't do that.
Because it wasn't raining. I didn't think I needed it, so I left it.
Well, you should have left it in the house if you didn't need it.
I know, but I took it because I thought I needed it. So
No.
I lost an umbrella because the weather app is so bad. It said thunderstorms and rain.
And then I text you.
And I was up at 2 a.m. bringing up my washing.
I text you at 11 p.m.
You're
saying,
like, "It's here."
Here's the storm, Tom.
You did. I have the text. Thunderstorms here.
It was one hell of a storm.
And I was in bed.
It literally scared the life out of
Yeah.
me at
Yeah.
one point. I was busy editing videos, and I was like, maybe I should go in the house instead of being in my studio at the back. I was like, maybe I should go to the house because that was quite loud. That was quite scary. Like, because someone come hold me.
I just imagine you in like your hoodie and your slippers. Running in from your little
He's
shed.
got a camera. He's got a camera in my house. Because I did tell Tom that I was wearing my avocado hoodie last night as I put the bins out. It was like midnight. It was gone midnight, actually. I was putting the bins out. I always feel awkward when I put the bins out at that time.
In your avocado hoodie.
Well, no, just because I'm like, rolling the bins out is quite loud. And so I'm like, oh, I'm disturbing people. And it's not as if it's a
Is it
one-off thing.
scary?
It's constantly...
It's dark and it's scary.
It was actually quite bright out last night. Yeah. But usually, yes. But I just I don't like making all this noise, but also I do it every week. Like it's late and it's loud, blah blah blah. But also I was in my I wasn't in my slippers because they were in the bedroom. Instead, don't tell Jade. But I'd like forcibly put on her shoes. just like it's way too small. Just like the balls of my feet are inside the shoe.
Yeah,
Like it's all will
yeah,
fit.
and the
So I'm
heels
walking
are,
around
yeah.
tip top.
Nice.
Tiptoe. Sorry, tip top. Walking on my tip tops.
Bread sponsorship, please.
Walking on my tip tops. Putting the bins out. Wearing my
tip-tops.
avocado hoodie. And
Nice.
and then a car came down the street. So I frantically ran in with my arms above my head. Ah! Like, they're going to see me. Yeah.
Nice.
And I will lose all street cred.
Cool story.
Yeah. I can't afford to lose my street cred, Tom.
No,
I've been building it up for years.
I was about to... I almost doxed your street then.
Don't dox my street. I've only just moved.
Dox your street. And your doxing your street also doxes your...
Don't say that!
There's lots of that. Oh, funny. Funny.
Stop doxing me.
It's tricky. It's trickier on a podcast, I feel like.
Why?
Anyway, I feel like there's
Because we're too
because I'm
conversational.
saying more words, yeah. So there's more opportunities for me
Yeah.
to dox myself or you. I think I'll dox you before I dox me.
Yeah, but if you do, I'll just bring you down with me. And there's
You'll just grab the camera
I'll
and
just
like
yeah,
point it
I'll be
outside.
fine. So
Hmm.
Tom's Mazda that everyone keeps talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
cool.
give you the rego.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Mm.
Just get used to it.
Getting really hot, actually.
It is quite warm. It's a beautiful day, although Tom's weather app will tell you otherwise.
Beautiful day.
No, Tom's weather app will tell you it's nice out
It is nice.
because it's a current situation kind of thing. Oh, we're seeing it all here today,
Seeing it
chat.
all here today.
Oh, oh, you bastard! I was wondering why you were wearing a jacket. That is glorious. For those of
Right.
you who are visually impaired at the moment, Timothy is wearing a t-shirt with my face on it.
Look how happy you look.
I always look happy. That's fantastic, by the way.
I reckon that's your face of you laughing at your own joke. I should find the scene. Of
It is. It is.
Yeah.
That's glorious.
Thank you. I edit it myself.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you actually?
Hmm.
You have people for that usually.
No, I edited it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Are you responsible for the GIF?
Yeah, but yeah,
You made that, the GIF.
you can drag photos in to Twitch emotes and it'll auto animate them.
What?
Yeah. There's like 4 auto ones you can do.
So
They're
now
pretty boring.
I'm proficient on things like that for no reason.
Yeah. I didn't actually make because you can just put we're talking Twitch talk now, but you can with your emotes you can have animated ones.
I physically animate them myself.
Yeah, you can.
I know I
And-
can't. Yeah. But
Yeah.
you've
The animated ones that
you've
I've got,
cheat-
none of them are using the stock except that one. But the ones you can do you'll know them when you see them because you can do the there's the rainbow filter where it changes through the colors like an overlay
Yeah.
filter. There's that one is just that's a dragon one, an automated one. There's a shake, so you can get an angry face and you can put it in. It goes "Arr," it shakes,
I
and
need
then
that.
there's a rotate.
I need a shake.
But since it's round, it rotated nicely.
Yeah. Because I love that emote. But I was scared it was going to get taken down. And when it does, I want it.
When I was making this shirt, I needed a rainbow background.
Can you enact the emote, please, for the people watching? How does the emote go down? I want you to do cartwheels.
if I can reach the camera,
Basically, I just want you to do cartwheels. That's all I want.
I'll edit it in post.
No, you won't.
Whee! I've got a phone gimbal that will spin.
All you need to do is stand still, go like that, and then just put the GIF over the top of it in post.
But it's not. I don't even have the GIF. It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Unless you can. This is where you can reverse download it.
I'm so upset because I want it.
I'm sure it's really easy to do.
Yeah.
It's probably.
Are you likely
I
to get
bet
rid of it?
on Google there's like a GIF maker.
Is it on
rotator.
BTTTTTV?
No, but it should be. It will be.
Yeah. Because that way I don't need to
'Cause
actually use it.
Yeah, true. I can send it to you.
Apparently you can't because you don't know how you did it or what you
I
did.
needed a rainbow background, so I was looking. I was trying to find the right.
How
one.
did you find rainbow background? Did you just literally search rainbow background?
Yeah, but like, and then it came with all these awful ones.
Yeah, that's what I usually find. If you try to
So,
find an image,
Guess where I got this rainbow
and
background from?
the good ones are all watermarked to death and will cost you $15,000 per year to think about using. That's what I usually find. But what did you actually use? Is it like Neon Cat? It looks a bit Neon Cat.
I typed in meme rainbow,
Nice.
and then just to get like a bunch of memes because I wanted like it's like a meme looking picture, right?
Are you trying to say I'm a meme?
So the rainbow I've used, it's He-Man. It's that background, and I've just cropped.
Beautiful.
I've cropped
Are
it
you
off
saying
the
I'm
side.
He-Man?
Well, maybe.
Oh my god, I'm He-Man. I knew it. I've always known.
That's the note you're singing. Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What's the song for that meme? It's like what is it? It's a song, isn't it?
Isn't it a what's going on? And I
Yeah, that's
said,
it.
Hey, yeah. It's that. It was that shot of him singing.
Yeah.
And then over the rainbow.
Yeah.
I said, hey, what's
Brilliant.
going on?
I'm He-Man now. Now I have to sing that song. I don't know it.
He-Man.
Said, hey, man.
I said, hey. No, you don't sing that song? No.
No, I don't. It's a boring song.
Soon you will.
I hate it.
One word.
I hate
Hey.
it.
I hate
There's a couple
it.
of songs that I just like. People, I get requested all the time, but I'm just like, it's a terrible song. Why do you want that?
Mm.
And it's often because it's a
Is it in
song
your
that
song list?
people know.
No.
It's a song that people know, and so they go, "Oh yeah, other people have played this. Play this. I'm a genius for requesting it." That kind of thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't suit your thing.
But also, it's just boring, like "Zombie" by the Cranberries.
Mm.
I mean, there's a lot of political reasoning. It's a very emotionally charged song. Boring.
It's a good song.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's not like it's more. That's exactly how it sounds. Yeah.
That's the song.
It's a good song, but
just been,
it belongs in a certain context, you know.
I've just been sent the gift. I've just been sent the gift. So thank you, Z, for sending that gift through immediately. I now have it. It belongs to me now.
Belongs.
But yeah, it's one of those songs that I just don't. I'm just like, why? I could play 1,000 different songs and it'd be way better, and I will. But I usually find that. But I usually find that when people request things like Wonderwall, and some people are adamant, I refuse to play any Oasis. That's the thing I do. It costs you $500 at a live gig, and $100 on Twitch. I don't know why it's such a massive difference. But anyway, either way, I don't do it.
It's because it's easier for you to run to the bathroom and throw up.
I'm also on stream, I get to do it on my own terms. I get to have a shower immediately after doing it. But
you put earpods in playing a different song as you're playing it, so you can't actually hear it.
You can't hear it. Although the last time I did it on stream, I went all out and I wore a parka and sunnies and went big on it. It was funny.
Nice.
I went full character. But I usually like when people are adamant and they don't seem to understand that, I'm just like, no, I will not play it. And they're like, oh, come on, it'll go off. Like everyone will love it. It'll go off. Then I usually parlay and say, I will play it if the next song nobody cares about. And then I just play any song. And people go off and it's like, see, I didn't need to play Wonderwall.
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah, you've like countered them with reasoning.
Yeah, it's like it'll go off. Yeah, but the next one will go off as well if I choose to.
They're drunk and you're like, well, play.
And they're like, oh, just play that. And then
Horses.
Just play another one. I get away with not playing Horses. Yeah. Those of you who don't live in Australia, Horses is a terrible song. Don't listen to it. But also, you will have never heard of it because it's an Aussie classic. It's also just a terrible song that came out in the same year, I believe, that Staying Alive did. No, that's Kaysan. Kaysan came out the same year as Staying Alive, and people hang on to Kaysan. Why?
That's not a good song either.
Why? But anyone in Australia is like, oh, Kaysan.
They're like drinking songs, aren't they? They're like,
but it's not. There's nothing good about that song.
No, I know.
Anyway,
I know. No,
at least Horses has got a chorus.
Like, it's like the same thing. Like I can kind of see why
I don't
Wonderwall is successful is because it's like
Wonderwall is a chorus to
it's
latch
a
onto.
drone.
I'm now having a rant about Kaysan.
Wonderwall's a chorus. What was the other song you were talking about just then?
Kaysan and Horses. Horses got a chorus.
I can't even tell you how the verse goes in Horses. I can't even tell you how it goes.
I tried to break it down.
Terrible.
The verses,
it's horrible.
It makes no sense.
And then so the chorus is just like it has a little uplifting. Like that's it. It's almost like it's like a jingle because it's so short.
Yeah. Oh no,
that
it is
people have
100%
retained.
jingle.
And same with Wonderwall. It's like I said maybe. That's what's got it.
But also
just that one line.
The Horses chorus, but doesn't make any sense. That's the way it's going to be, little darling. We'll go riding on the horses. Yeah. Way up in the sky, little darling.
I think people
and
like
if you fall, I'll pick you up. What does that have anything to do with anything? It's like they were stand-in lyrics where they were like, we need these things.
I'm sure not much thought went into
it. Did I tell you about the origins of the song Yesterday? I'm sure I have before.
Maybe.
Eric Clapton recalls it backstage with the Beatles at a gig, early doors, and Paul McCartney came up to him and was like, "Oh, I've been working on this song recently. Let me know what you think." He's like, I haven't got the words yet, but I've got the melody and the music." So he starts playing. And he goes, "Scrambled eggs Everybody calls me scrambled eggs. It's just like those are his whole.
Oh, that was
lyrics.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, and then he turns it into yesterday.
that's a good song. I like Scrambled Eggs.
Yeah. Everybody calls me but that's how I feel like Horses was written, and then they didn't actually fill. It's like if you fill in a website and you get this text, the lepsum blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
You get that.
Yep.
And
The
you just
Latin.
you get the Latin stand-in text. That's essentially what's happened to that song.
Yeah.
They've gone, we want the words to sound like this. That's like Phil Collins. Here's another one. See, I'm banging off the music knowledge today. Phil Collins, studio, he made up that word because he wanted that sound. He wanted that because he was like just saying words and
This
stuff. Studio.
One thing.
And so he couldn't find the word.
Important.
No, you're not impotent.
I'm not.
But he couldn't find the right word, so he just said,
yeah.
we're going to have to stick with studio, and it's going to have to mean something.
Yeah, it's not. It's. I feel like music's more about produced music and songs doing well. It's not necessary. Sure, there are great writing, and sometimes that's what carries it. But in generally, I feel like lyrics aren't that important, and I know it because, like in some ways, I've listened to songs that I've listened to thousands of times that I love. And one time I'm like, oh, I just thought about the lyrics. I've never thought about what they say. I've never thought about what it means. I've never thought about that. I've just like the way the syllables match the notes and the beat and the way it makes me feel. And my brain might be like, yeah.
But 90% of songs are just purely sexual.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
But the lyrics aren't necessarily that.
I like good, clever lyrics. Though.
No, but good
clever
lyrics do cut through.
Rap music,
and it's nice when they actually have depth, because then it's like unlike Horses, you can actually people don't like those songs with lyrics.
No. They don't
like,
but they also like it that it's simple and they can sing along. It's a classic pop kind of formula. It's like when you do something like Katy Perry's Raw, and you just have to go raw.
How does Wonderwall even make sense?
I don't want to talk
doesn't
about
even make sense.
I don't want to talk about it.
Is it like, was he trying to write like a
I don't want to talk about any other band.
It's almost like he was trying to write a like a voicemail message. Because it's like, today is going to be the day that I'll throw it back to you. He's like, he just said things to do. It's not a good. It's not
a good song. I think it's terrible. But
no, but
I like
it depends
good writing.
What is a good song?
I do like good writing.
What is a good song? It's a very successful song.
What is your? Do you have like like favorite lyrics from songs? Can you think of any?
Yeah, I used to. But it's funny because I like lyrics that make me think differently. Some of them a bit. I one randomly comes to mind. I think of Biffy Clyro. There's this one lyric, and it's like, I'm watching the radio, but it's like the television looking at me. And I was like, I like that. That's weird.
There's that's similar to 21 Pilots, where there's the line they're going along. I wish I found some chords in order that was new, and then the next line is, I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang.
That was going, yeah.
And
that's it.
Yeah, it's just like, you're just like,
I don't know what you call that when they do the double tie-in of the.
But it's rhyming, and then as soon as he says, I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang, it didn't, and you're just like, and it's quite jarring at the same time.
Catches you, but it makes you think, and they get you. It's like they're selling. It's like they've got you.
Yeah. One of my other favorite lyrics I was thinking about the other day.
It's good.
Was Kings of Leon. The line is, I'll walk a mile in your shoes, but now I'm a mile away and I've still got your shoes. But it's a great song as well. But I always think about that one. I think that's just brilliant. It's like walk a mile in someone's shoes, but now I'm a mile away. Like I tried to associate whatever, but now I'm so far away from you. And I've also got your shoes. I just love the tie back to I've still got your shoes.
Yeah, that's good.
But then, I used to speak to when I used to work in an office. Yeah, I used to sit next to one of my friends who was.
I can't imagine you sitting still for more than
I didn't. So me and one of my mates, we'd sit next to each other and we'd talk about lyrics and music all the time. He loved music, and we were saying like, what is the most beautiful, heartfelt lyric in any song? And we came into an agreement after much discussion of Elton John, your song. It's I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. Best line. That's just it. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. Just decided that is the most beautiful. That's everything.
Did you guys cry and then watch Disney?
No, not Disney. Bridge to Terabithia again, and cried some more.
Oh, nice. Beautiful.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's the most
beautiful.
That's the most, yeah. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. That is literally everything. You know, you've literally just handed everything there.
But what if that's also saying, like, I'm a bit... like
it's the best I can do, Thomasy. Come on.
It's not the most beautiful lyric in the world.
What's yours?
I need some time.
Shakira.
Shakira. Shakira. Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
Mr. 305. Darling.
Snap that with a Kodak.
Better yet, go to Times Square, take a picture of me with Kodak.
Ridiculous.
That made me think.
Yeah. Did it?
He rhymes Kodak with Kodak.
Yeah.
So good.
Genius.
So good.
That annoys me. When people rhyme with the same word.
The same word. That happens actually quite a lot.
Especially more recently, because
and they like get away with it a bit.
People are
in
just
pop music.
pumping out more songs. It's lazy.
I'm noticing that more.
And then you also get the trends where there was like 9 songs that were charted in the top 10 that were all referencing Jagger for a while. That annoyed the life out of me.
Yeah. And it's like,
oh, what's on trend right now? Mick Jagger. Okay, well, everyone says Jagger.
Or they feel like they're pulling
a
bit of nostalgia, and I think it's more like the young kids. I don't know if they were trying to tap into, like, the young kids' parents would have listened to this, so then they can, like, it's like they're trying to, like,
just tie it in.
Yeah,
Weird.
It's weird. It's kind of like when you see, like, young kids who are wearing, like, you know, like the old rock shirts, and it's like you don't know any. Do you know any of those songs?
Hey,
tell me one song.
Yeah, do you know Nirvana? Yeah. And they're like, who?
Like they're wearing a Nirvana shirt. It kind of reminds me like a little bit of that. And Jagger is a fun word.
Yeah, but
the
problem is but that's the only thing it rhymes with. Everything was swagger and Jagger.
Dagger. Stab.
Yeah, but people weren't saying dagger because it's pop music. Everyone was saying swagger and Jagger.
Bagger.
That's all that was happening.
Dragger.
Maga. Loof.
Magaloof.
Party.
You should write a song.
Magaloof's the place.
No, I'm saying you should write a song and use the Magaloof line in there.
Right, I see. Yeah, Mick Jagger. Oof. Saw him in Magaloof.
I'd listen to that.
I'm a professional musician.
That is the most beautiful lyric I have heard.
Saw Jagger. Oof. In Magaloof. Yeah.
I just got to get a tear out my eye.
There we go. Oh my god. Do you want to watch British Terabithia? I don't know.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. It's on Netflix?
I don't know. I don't want to see it ever again.
Ever again.
Ever again.
Ever again.
Ever again.
Just need a bucket
You'll
for your tears.
never see me again. Do you know what's annoying as well? Currently, I'm just getting all the issues off my chest right now. What's annoying me now is people like re-sampling or redoing songs that were released 10 years ago.
Oh, there's a really bad one at the moment.
They're all bad.
They're doing they're all bad, but they're doing the new ones out.
They're not these songs aren't like, if you do it for an 80s track, that's reasonable. A 90s track, you're pushing it, but still reasonable.
Are these not 80s and 90s tracks?
No.
Have you heard you on the radio? It's really bad. They're sampling Popcorn. You know Popcorn? It was the first. I don't know if it's the first digitally created song, because you know someone made that on a computer. That was the first song someone made on a computer. So when they made a computer, they managed to make a polyphonic thing, and that was a beep 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 beep. You can look up the original video. I think it was like the first song made by a computer, which is quite cool. And then they did the Crazy Frog. Yeah, but this was there's a new song, and they put. You know when they do that? It's like a pop song. It's really not good, but they put words to it. So she's like. Can't you see that? She's like the words over it, and it's so like
that happened not so long ago with.
It's not. meant to have.
Maroon 5 did it with Canon. Because the song you
Here's to
can't
the ones that we got.
Yeah, it's
It's
like what is this so jarring?
all the memories. But things and like it's almost cheap because people
It's
already
know the melody.
have a connection to the tune,
Yeah,
but it's just because
so
they've
annoying.
paid for it.
Yeah, because
It's cheeky.
But the thing is, you could also then rewrite your song over it, and they'd have no copyright claim over it because they can't copyright claim the original canon.
No, and it's a shame because the only way it gets enough momentum is because they've got the distribution channels to be able to go.
And it's
boom,
so
this
annoying
is the new
because
song.
it's genuinely is bad.
And they did like the fast car. Okay, the problem I have with it is because all the young generations listen to it and they go, "Oh, they think it's an original song."
But that,
Like,
but
you
it's
know the
also,
fast car one came
always
out?
worse.
You know when the remix came out, you got a
Yeah.
fast car.
Yeah.
And it was like a mix. Everyone's like, "Oh, I like this. I like
but
that new song called Fast Car."
Yeah,
And you're like,
well,
what?
there's the Rocket Man one that's come out with Dua Lipa. Is it Dua Lipa who does it with him? And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. It's like that pace. Take me down again too fast. It's like a dance kind of thing. It's like this is Rocket Man. Like this is iconic. Like, can you not? It's nothing sacred anymore.
No, it's because it's getting easier to cover music, which is. It's also because music is so saturated with every song's been written, so we're starting to double over.
But I just think music in the last 10 years has been bad.
I released music in the last 10 years.
Awkward.
Bad.
Bad, Tommy. Bad.
No.
But
Yeah,
I think
but
music
the
has
thing
been
is-
bad in the last.
It's
the
especially
rise of mumble rap.
popular music.
The rise of mumble rap.
I don't know if all
caused it.
music's necessarily been bad, but like the music that's in the spotlight is not good. You know what I mean? Like you've got if you look at the top 100 and all those things, I think there's still people making good music, and there's more people making music than ever,
Yeah.
and there's more people like with access to production and all these things. But then
But that's not necessarily a good
that's
thing.
not. It's what people want is garbage and extremely like sexualized music.
It's
Music's
intense.
getting insanely horny.
Yeah. Get to horny jail, musicians.
It's just like, but I feel like they're all trying to like be like, no, I'm the horniest singer. So they do
Yeah.
another song, and you're like,
Bruh.
bruh. But then it goes viral because it's a viral nature.
Yeah, this goes viral.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's transmitted sexually.
into your ears.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I just feel like
Audio files.
yeah, it's just gone to shit.
What do we do about it?
Or we make even shitter music to compete.
We talk.
You can't beat them, join them.
Yes.
And we just claim that everyone's music's bad. Like, obviously there's a handful who are doing there's good music.
Who's doing good music?
To be honest, I haven't listened to anything in a while because everything's bad. Like Billie Eilish's album was really good when that came out. That was one of the best produced things I think I've ever heard. Phineas is a wizard. I remember listening to, because I used to listen to Discover Weekly on my Discover Weekly.
Yeah.
Every Friday, I go to the gym, Discover Weekly in, skip. I used to play a game with myself actually, where the song would start and I'd try and guess either what the melody is going to do or what kind of song it is. So,
From the beginning.
And you'd be surprised how accurate you can be. Just what the trend is currently, and you can just guess. Just give them the beginning of a track what it's going to sound like. But anyway, I remember hearing one of Billie's tracks. The album came out that day, and I didn't really. I wasn't really aware of who she was at that point. But I remember it coming on, and I was like, these sounds are coming from everywhere, and it's all there's a voice, and it spins around, and you're like, what is happening right now? And then I was like, and then another one came on, and I was like, what? There must be an album. So then I brought up the album and listened to it, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is production. Like,
it took me a while to realize that. Like, you go from the point of realizing maybe it's not the band I like. It's the producer.
Yeah.
And like, sure, you like the songs got to carry its own weight. But if the song had not been produced in the same way, like, you know, when you listen to, like, the first time I listened to the Florence and the Machine album, I was like, whoa, I like this.
Yeah.
Because it was so different. It had the strings, ding, ding, and like all these like things coming in there, and then the drums coming in, and it's like it was like an orchestral. But it's like it's a production. It's been engineered to sound really good, and that's why you're like, oh my god, this sounds really good. And her voice is amazing, and the song's writing is awesome too. But it's you don't necessarily. Well, I remember at the time I thought of that. I thought these guys are gonna. You're like
these guys are insane. But
it's always a bit of listen to them live, and I was like,
who's hurting her?
I was like, who's hurting me?
Stop hurting me too.
Yeah, not.
But I found that there's a couple
Florence.
of producers that as soon as you've like found like you notice a producer and you're like, oh, that makes sense. I like that. Stop looking at the picture in the video.
I just think it's good because then if the camera needs to focus on a face, it can track 3 faces.
Leave me alone. Leave Brittany alone. But there's a couple of producers that I like to listen to, and then I'm like, because you can hear them in the song.
You can hear,
despite
for sure.
them having,
of course you can, because
like no involvement in the track, but they've obviously one of the heaviest influences on the track. But there's things that a producer will do. And sometimes, like your Timbaland, when Timbaland was around, and you'd know it was a Timbaland song because you'd hear, like regardless, you'd hear the same.
He's just be like, I like that.
You'd
and
hear the same drum,
yeah,
the same drum sounds in every track, but then also you'd hear him go.
There's a level of because producers, depending on, there's different levels of production. Sometimes if you're a producer, you're just doing what you're told, to do. Sometimes you've got free reign,
but
and that's when it comes to, like there's like an artist side to it. Timbaland's putting in his...
It's like tagging it.
He's tagging it.
Yeah. But I think you go to with certain producers because of this. You're like, I like their style with this. Or they'll do something good with this or something like that.
And I'm getting my, like, it's depending what plugins you use and how you record and how you do your things, you start to get your print.
Yeah. Harpsichord.
Yeah. Spinning around.
Violently left.
Yeah, no, I'd definitely take that out.
Nice. You definitely
stop taking suggestions from my chat of what I should do to my songs.
You're a genius.
I was producing a song and Alex had some lovely suggestions and it sounded so good.
It actually, the one time it did.
It sounded right.
It did sound good.
I fixed it.
I think you removed it. I think you you just muted it maybe, but it genuinely sounded good.
Harpsichord.
And for which I would like to accept 50% of the rights for that song.
The royalties. You can have the whole song.
Thanks, mate.
I don't remember what song it was.
No, it's whatever your most successful one is.
Beautiful.
That one.
That one.
Yeah.
The harpsichord.
Yeah, that one with the harpsichord in.
I did that with one of the, like, that riff. Oh, you can't really hear it, but I did because I released Run River twice before I released it.
How far had the river run the first time?
Not far enough.
Not far enough. It was merely a stream.
It was like maybe like
a
few hundred streams
bathtub.
Together, small streams.
It was an overflowing bathtub.
And then
so you
the
keep
second river
until
had lots more water.
Yeah, the bathtub kept running.
And then it was probably equivalent of 1,000 streams to make a river.
Well.
The current river.
Is that how
the
is
current
that the
river is running.
Usual exchange rate? One river is worth 1,000 streams.
If he's saying one river.
Yeah. One river.
One river. For river. 1,000 streams.
1,000 streams make a river.
Well, the river now it's still growing. It's
What's bigger than a river? Is there a bigger thing than a river? A flowing
what's the biggest
water?
river in the world? Is the Nile?
Amazon?
I think the Nile.
I think you're in denial. Isn't it the Amazon?
Denial. Nice.
It's one of them.
The Amazon. Amazon's pretty...
Amazon Prime. It must be. Because it's got Prime in the name.
Prime. If you've got a Prime sub, use it on my channel.
Use it on A Heard Music.
Southern Music.
A Heard
You only get one, so you
Music.
may as well pick me.
And also, while you're there...
It won't be wasted. I've got the best emotes.
No, you don't.
I've got...
You've
your
got
face.
emotes.
I've got this spinning around.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you've got. That's all you've got.
That's true.
That's one. Delete all the other ones. Just keep that one. Your mods will be very happy with that. They'll hate you.
I've got a shirt for you, Sue.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Am I wearing it
Yeah, put it on.
right now?
Yeah, you just step off the camera.
Oh.
I'll get it. You have to keep
Free
talking.
the nip.
What is this?
This is
Podcast?
this is a great podcast. This is why you should watch this on YouTube or live on twitch.tv/Musos podcast. Did you just fart?
No.
Sounded like it.
What was that sound? It's me opening the cupboard.
Yeah, cupboard farts. All the more reason. Free the nip, etc. I love this already. Now Tom is going to come back to the mic while I step away to free the nip.
Free the nip.
.net. Oh, I'm stuck, Timothy.
.net. I'm going to get my phone out and I'm going to go to freethenip.net. Free the nip.
Timothy.jpg.
Timothy.jpg. But yeah, we're off next week. In a week. Is today Wednesday?
We're in the sky at this point.
We're in the sky.
Not that we aren't already. Lucy in the sky.
Alex is just off mic, just yelling to himself. He can't stop talking. But yeah, we're off in a week. We're going to TwitchCon in San Diego. Spinny face. Oh,
Sorry.
he's back.
He's not.
I like your shirt.
Thanks, mate.
Nice.
You can find me in TwitchCon wearing this shirt. We'll 100% wear this. So we may or may not be appearing on something while we're in San Diego. I might wear this.
It took me a while. So Alex is currently wearing a shirt. I had some shirts made. Alex, here's my face on his shirt, and I've got his face on my shirt. Over the He-Man.
Can I get one of
rainbow.
my face as well? Because I think it's funny. If
That's so funny. When I got this, when I did this, I'm like, I know so much that he's gonna want the shirt with his face on it. I knew it. And then I was like, oh,
I'm not even joking. I kind of want it.
I know. I knew that when I bought it. I was like,
Yeah,
he's gonna want the shirt with his face. He would love to walk around with a shirt with his own face on it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, can't have that.
It's very me.
It is very you,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, I can just give you this one.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing a shirt with my own face
Why?
because I'm not like you.
You wear your face
I'm
already.
not like you.
You wear your face
Your
already.
own
Like, why
face.
would you not want to wear it twice? I love the face you're pulling on this.
Yeah, you know what that face was. I had to flick through clips to find a reaction. I didn't have that many good ones.
Oh, it's this
And
one.
my mic
You were
was in front
talking
of
to me
face.
about this the other day. Is that why you were looking for
I was
that?
trying to clip it. Yours is this was a recent one. I can't remember what was my recent
It
video.
could be for anything.
that-
Me laughing at myself
That's an
telling
old one.
jokes.
That was actually that's a genuine expression. That was when I got 100 gift subs.
Beautiful.
Because I was going through my clips, and it was like one of the clips is when you
Mine's
get, when
probably
you get
when
100 gift subs,
I made a very
and
accurate.
that was me looking at the screen, going, oh, "It's genuine."
Yeah, mine's probably me just laughing at my own jokes. I have no
exactly
doubt.
is that.
Yeah, I probably
Yeah.
said something and then made myself laugh hysterically for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then I when I was clipping your face out of the clips, I had the audio off because
Because you're like, I won't be able to work because it'll be too funny. That's why you turn the audio off. She's like, this will be too funny. I won't be able to do anything for the next 20 minutes. Yeah.
you're terrible. You are terrible.
I'm not. How can anyone who laughs so much be terrible?
But you laugh at your own jokes
I don't understand.
consistently.
Consistency is
smug.
key.
Just like so chuffed with yourself. Yeah, I hope you like your shirt. There you go.
I do.
Yeah. I'm impressed, actually. The printing quality. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Wow.
Yeah. Look at us.
We're not really serving the audio podcast listeners very well in this segment, are we?
I know. I apologize. Tom.
Yes.
A couple of months ago, we went to a music festival.
Did we?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Where do we go?
Splendour,
Ah,
formerly known as In the Grass, now known as Splendour in the Mud.
yes.
You were very confused looking at me
I
then.
was like, they changed the name of
They
Splendour.
changed the name.
They changed the name of Splendour.
Splendour
Splendour in
in the Mud.
We went to Splendour in the Mud.
We went to Splendour in the Grass. It
Um,
is the premier festival of Australia
Yeah, it is.
in Byron Bay.
Yep.
The
Byron
wonderful, wonderful town of Byron Bay.
Chris Hemsworth lives somewhere around there, does he?
Yeah.
In a mega mansion.
Mega mansion.
We weren't invited.
No. Well, you weren't, and then I couldn't go because I felt awkward because you wouldn't have been left on your own. So I was like, sorry, Chris, next time.
Next time I'll just stay in my tent and laugh at my own jokes.
Yeah.
But we went to Splendour. We
did.
I remember that in the lead up, we were just looking at the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Could have done with a better weather app, but I remember like the hunt for gumboots prior.
For gumboots, Wellington Boots.
Wellington Boots. They're hard to get in Australia.
Only at that time of year.
Yeah.
You can get them now, easy.
Oh.
It's when.
Why was it?
Because people were anticipating
Yeah.
Splendour. Also, there was a lot of rain. There were a lot of floods.
I guess it's been very rainy, so they've been selling out everywhere. But yeah, it was particularly hard to get a pair of gumboots.
Yeah, but it was the 20th anniversary of Splendour in the Grass.
Mm-hmm.
2 years and 4 postponements. Did you know that? There were 4 postponements in the 2 years because it was supposed to be 2020. Didn't happen. 2021 did not happen.
That's right.
So we got pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. 2022 was the year of Splendour in the Grass, the greatest festival of all time. Headliners included Gorillaz, The Strokes, Tyler, the Creator.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic
Jack
lineup.
Harlow.
Jack Harlow was there. Glass Animals.
Glass Animals. I was there.
Oliver. What's the Oliver Tree? Is that his name?
Oliver Tree?
He was the one who...
Oh, yeah. He had a scooter.
That guy. He was a
Yeah,
lunatic.
he brought a scooter. He was a lunatic.
I keep saying... that was the first time I've ever heard of that guy. But also...
Oh, and you see him everywhere
And
now?
now I can't stop seeing him.
Mm.
What a strange bloke.
Strange bloke.
Strange
Did he have the
bloke.
blonde mullet?
Yeah, him. Yeah.
Yeah.
G-Flip was there.
Yeah, G-Flip. G-Flip was great.
There were plenty of shoeies there. Loads of people doing shoeies. The crowd would chant it for shoeies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was all penned up to be the greatest and best
I was looking forward to it
festival
so long.
in Australia's history.
Mm-hmm.
But in the weeks leading up, as Tom was alluding to, there was a little bit of rain.
A little bit of rain.
Little bit of rain. Couple of floods.
Little bit of rain.
Lot of floods. Lot of
Some
lot of
floods prior. Yeah. A little bit of rain, and we're thinking it's a largely camping festival.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we were sort of like, we're going. It's going to rain. You got to just make the most of it.
It's fine.
And we can prepare.
We'll be fine. But, Tom, you can prepare, but you can only prepare to a certain extent.
We prepared for wet camping when we should have prepared for scuba diving.
But the preparation allowed you to prepare for camping, which is fine. Yeah, you can camp. But, Tom, you're not allowed any gas stoves or fires or cooking equipment.
Or alcohol.
Or alcohol, Timothy.
Or drugs.
Or drugs.
Or what else were you like? They were pretty strict.
They were very
They had a
strict.
huge list of
I
things
mean,
you could
it's
bring.
reasonable that they say no drugs.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fair
That's
restriction.
right. Panadol.
But no
It's okay.
Panadol. You have to man up and take it.
Man up.
No water. Get away.
Yeah, but yeah, no cooking stove, no cooking appliances.
No cooking
and,
appliances. No alcohol.
fuel
They were the main
sources.
things. No,
Yeah.
no anything.
Yeah, yeah.
We took that into consideration and brought cooking appliances and alcohol.
We did.
But lucky we did.
Lucky we did.
And also, lucky we brought the worst navigation person that I have ever met in Jade. Because we set off early Thursday morning to go to camp in Byron Bay at our campground that we'd booked camping tickets for. Luckily, we have the worst navigation person that's ever existed, and they put in the wrong address. Because we were supposed to go to the campgrounds that were attached to the festival. Thursday night.
Yep. We arrived.
Well, Thursday evening we arrived, but Thursday night was a lot of rain and wind. People woke to knee deep in water, complete washout,
People
flooded tents,
like inflatable beds were floating
floating away.
in tents. Yeah.
They were going
Out of
gone,
tents.
gone. Yeah, so that happened on the campground that we were supposed to stay at, but luckily we were in the wrong
So our
campground.
nav saved us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Luckily, we had the worst person operating the nav in Jade. She put the wrong address in. We went to the wrong
You
campground.
say that, but I was in the back and I was like, I don't know where we're going.
No, I wanted to. I lost my mind. There was a guy who looked like Harry Potter, and I wanted to beat him up.
Yeah, Alex had like 12. I knew
There
you
was
liked
too
coffee,
many
but you
coffees.
had so much coffee. I was genuinely concerned for like
Yeah,
your
I
heart.
just like lost my mind at the end. It was because we were stuck bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's looking at me.
There was a guy who Alex thought looked like Harry Potter and was staring at him because we were. I think maybe it was a mix of like maybe there was like a slight bit of anxiety because we were in the car searching lane.
In the car, but he was just stood out of the car, just looking around. It's like, get back in the car. Why are you out of the car? Get in the car. I was annoyed.
I'm
annoyed now.
We were like, we need to go before Alex attacks this Harry Potter looking man. And thank God we didn't get put. I was thinking the way they were telling us where to set up our tents, they were doing it in rows, and we thought we might be, even though we weren't near him in the queue, by the time we got to the next row, we could have been next to him, but we weren't. And I was like,
luckily, he was far enough away
I
that
didn't have to hold Alex back from beating up
innocent
someone
festival goer.
he thinks he calls Harry Potter. Which I thought you loved Harry Potter.
I do, but not that one.
Not that one. You Harry Potter fraud.
You fraud. But yeah, so what happened then was people who were going to the original campground, the one we were supposed to go to,
they drowned.
They all drowned.
No.
No, they ended up. Well, there was initial flooding on that Thursday evening, and they were struggling to find places to put everyone. And then a lot of people didn't get in, and so had to camp essentially in their car on the highway before getting moved to the campground that we actually stayed on. So we would have been in that queue and then been sleeping in the car because the people we spoke to when we arrived at our campground, they were already 2 hours into the queue, but we'd already arrived at our campground. So we would have been in that line and turned away and slept in the car just like they did. People waiting in line for 14 hours before they actually got
14 hours in your car.
To
wait. It was funny when they started trickling into our campsite. It was just like these poor refugees coming in.
But what was bad for us was that they had all these extra people who were supposed to be on the separate campground join on to the campground that we were at, but there were no added amenities, facilities.
Yeah, so
no more food stands, food trucks, no more toilets and showers added. Like that was bad. That was bad.
Because they were adapting to the situation. It was just like nothing was set up in order to
accommodate all these
people.
Which then spilled out 2 days later. We're skipping Friday for a minute, but it spilled out 2 days later when people were going to the festival because they also then hadn't put on extra buses because there wasn't any extra buses in the area.
It just became a complete disaster.
So what happened was people who were attending to go to the festival, it was taking 2 to 3 hours to get from the campsite to the festival.
Yep.
Which was causing all kinds of problems then because people start getting frustrated. They're missing the acts that they'd like to see. The smaller people playing the show aren't getting the crowds because the crowd aren't physically capable of getting there.
No.
Because it was so slow getting everyone in and out and over to the venue. But on the Friday, so we wake up Friday morning. There's another field full of campers. And we start seeing all the horror stuff. We actually wake up. We had a brand new gazebo.
Yeah, no, I heard it go in the night.
I didn't. I was.
It just because
that was the night.
The thing was like rain. A lot of rain you can deal with, but the thing that for camping that really ramped it up was the wind.
The wind, yeah.
It was like really high winds, and you're in these open fields with not much tree cover because they put you in huge fields just because that's where they can fit the most tents.
Yeah,
and the winds. We were like pegging everything down, but that amount of water coming in sideways, the wind, it was a brand new 3x3 gazebo and the metal frame had like...
it snapped.
Snapped and like buckled and the whole thing had collapsed on itself from the wind.
Yeah.
From the wind.
But you woke up in the morning and the campground just looked like a tent boneyard.
It was like a war zone.
Yeah,
you're getting up in the morning and there's people just like there were people just like they people who weren't prepared had just bought like cheap Kmart tents and they were just lying in the ground in like sleeping bags and puddles. Just
because they don't.
And then the tents were just flat. They were just flat, like nothing was still standing.
They're intended for a nice summer's day on
like
the beach.
Shrapnel of broken gazebos and
holes everywhere.
People just holding clothes and just wringing things out.
Because inside our tent, we had a good tent, and it was still pools of water. Inside our tent.
Water.
So we were trying to drain out that from our tent. But that's what was happening there. And then obviously we got this influx of people, and then there was a now infamous tweet that came from Splendour in the Grass saying, "We're on, come rail hain or shine."
Rail hain?
Rail hain or shine. That's why it's infamous, because it was spelt wrong.
Or shine.
Come, rain, hail or shine.
Rain, hail or shine.
We're going ahead.
We're going ahead with the festival.
At 10 a.m.
Yep.
And 11 a.m. What happened, Tom?
Was it? I'm trying to remember the exact message, but yeah, rain, hail or shine. We're going ahead. 11 a.m. Splendour is Friday is tonight is cancelled.
They cancelled Friday. They cancelled the first show in 12 or 15 years for Gorillaz.
Oh, it would have been thousands of people too. Yeah. In 15 years since they've been
12 or 15 years since they played.
Been in Australia. Cancelled,
and it was one of the main draws for the entire festival.
It was brutal because it was like that was why I bought the ticket.
That's why
I bought the ticket originally. Like I was kind of I'm always interested in festivals. I like to go to festivals and stuff. But I saw Gorillaz and I was like, look, I'm down. I haven't done Splendour. This is the year I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And as soon as that happened, we were like pushing through. You know, like you get up in the morning. Gazebo's done. Everything's wet. It's the first night. We're camping there for 3 more nights.
Yeah.
Or 2 or 3 more nights. And everything's destroyed. But you're like,
gone.
but you're like, you know what? Once you get in, get a drink, hear some tunes, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah, it doesn't
You know
matter.
what I mean? It doesn't matter. Like, this is why we're here. We're here for the music. And then we got the message,
it's cancelled.
And you're just like, why? Why are we
Be more
standing here
constructive with your
this,
criticism.
standing in these puddles? Where we're just standing with like little flasks of vodka and boots.
I remember
in the mud,
Jade was
like
really
shivering.
upset when we got up the first morning because everything was wet, and I was like, "Look, there's nothing we can do. Like, you can be upset, or we can get on with it."
Yep.
And so we decided to get on with it, and then so we got the news that the show was cancelled, and we're like, well, what happens now? What do we do? Like,
we're just camping in this wet.
Camping in the wet.
Boneyard.
We start seeing all these videos and pictures of people knee deep in mud. Which wasn't mud, which we found out the next day. It was slop. Like wasn't mud.
It wasn't necessarily mud. It was like, it was actually probably like a couple of feet of water. But the mud had mixed in to make it was essentially like if you've seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It was like the
Chocolate River,
but thicker,
a little bit thicker, thick shape.
Add some corn flour to the Chocolate River, and you're in.
yeah.
It was. If you've ever let your ice cream melt, that's what it was like.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
And this is when
we started seeing all those videos, and we were like, "What the hell's going on?" It was trending online, and all this nonsense is going on, and the people's tents are underwater. So many problems, and they've cancelled the first day, and people are losing their minds. But then people start having a bit of chat around, going, "There's going to be sideshows. There has to be sideshows around Byron Bay."
Like Gorillaz, they're here.
They're here.
The bands,
all these bands are here.
They're
ready to play.
They're nearby.
They're
in a city, like in one of the towns. They're in Byron, or they're in.
It's a party town.
Yeah, like
it's famously a party town, Byron, and so everyone's like, "You just got to get to a bar.
Got to get to like a local pub.
There's
a chance they'll just show up.
There's so many of them. There's plenty of acts because there's not just the main stage. There's 3 or 4 stages of smaller acts and things like that. Who are what was that?
I was thinking, like, I remember how we got to
the bar.
How we got to the bar.
Brilliant. So we went to line up to where all the buses were going because we were going to go head over to the festival because the DJs were still on. Something weird like that, wasn't there?
We had nothing to do because we were there.
We were there. We weren't
The festival was
allowed the alcohol
cancelled,
that
but
we
they
had.
would still apparently they would still let you into the stages. There'd be no music on,
But there was the food and things are
There's
still
food
open.
trucks and there's stuff going on at the festival. So we thought, like, well, if we're not doing anything, we may as well stand over there and at least go and
just
check.
do something.
Yeah.
Instead of just sitting in the rain. So we went to where the buses were coming in, and there was a guy, a carpenter, I believe he was, who'd hired a 27-seater bus
like shuttle bus kind of thing.
and was Ubering it for the weekend. Absolute pure genius. And
capitalizing.
A couple jumped on it, and he was about to drive away, and we made Jade run up to it. Jade ran in and asked, do you have room for 3 more?
And there were like 24 empty seats.
And he's like, get in. So we got in.
And we got in and we had no idea where it was going.
No,
we
just
were
got
just
in.
like,
We were
just like, take us away from here.
we were going to the festival because
Yeah, we were going to the festival.
We had another 2 people with us that we met there, and then there was a couple on there as well.
Yeah.
And we were heading over to the festival to meet one of the people we were with's brother, who we didn't know, but they were in the festival, or at least camping in the swamp over there. And this couple were also on the bus, and they were saying, "Oh, we're just going to go to the pub. We only had a day pass. Come with us if you want." And we were like, "Pub? Let's go to the pub." Anyway, so we went to the pub with the couple, and that's where we started having a very merry time. One of us in particular.
Well, we got a bit excited because we got there and they were setting up some pretty serious
They were setting
audio
up a
equipment.
lot of amps and a lot of gear. But also, I think I might have been drunk before I got there. I was drinking pickle juice.
So you weren't allowed to bring alcohol into the festival. So as you do for festivals, you work out interesting ways to smuggle it, to hide it, which is always fun.
Great fun. We thought of many
And we
ways.
thought of many ways because, like, you want to put effort into doing it because if it gets confiscated, you lose. Not only do you lose your alcohol, say you lose a $30 bottle of vodka. Oh no!
Cheap
What you
vodka.
actually lose is you have to then buy the. If you want to drink, you've got.
Well, it's gonna
you have to
that
buy
much vodka
that.
will cost you like $500 in the
Yeah,
festival.
exactly. That's this is what you lose. So you're always
Yeah.
better off going overboard and maybe having a couple of extra bottles that you might lose even. Because then if you lose 2 bottles of vodka, you lose $60. But if you keep them, you're a millionaire. Not really.
I don't want to drink the
Not,
vodka,
we're not,
if
we
I'm being
weren't
honest.
selling anything, but like we were just like,
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. You're
So-
just hedging your bets.
and then like hedging your bets, you don't want to hide everything in the same way because if they go through, if you hide all your vodka in water bottles and they find it, they've got all your vodka. So
They got
you
all
want to
your vodka.
spread it out in some different ways. And one of the creative ways that you came up with
I'm a
was
genius.
did you empty it? Did you buy a jar of pickles or did you have it?
I had
You
the jar.
a pickle jar
Yeah.
from the supermarket and then you
I emptied it.
emptied it.
I sliced lots of cucumber.
Yep.
And then I filled up the jar with vodka.
With vodka.
And then it was too clear. It was obvious. And so I put
Yeah.
in half a teaspoon of turmeric and turned it a slight yellow tinge, and it looked perfect.
It did. It really did. So so he was just sitting there. He had this jar of pickles, which was this cucumber vodka with turmeric.
It was nice vodka.
He was drinking out of it. And so, yeah, he was pretty done by the time we'd even left. And then what was I drinking out of? I had an umbrella. That was
You
a
had
bottle.
a hollow umbrella
I had
thing that you bought
a
on
little,
Amazon.
a little umbrella that you can unscrew, and had that. And then I also had some of the blue ice packs
Oh,
that
the
go in
ice
the
packs,
esky.
that was it. Yeah, you filled them with
Yeah,
whiskey.
these blue ice packs. You could buy just empty ones, and I put whiskey inside them. So
they
they
looked
were in
very
the esky.
sus, in fairness.
They did because the whiskey was brown.
Yeah, and it's like,
And
this doesn't
you
look like a
can kind
normal
of-
ice pack.
But we're like, oh no, they won't notice. And when we got there, they didn't actually.
We didn't even get checked.
Didn't even check the car. So we're like,
Loads of people did.
kind of wanted to get checked because it's more satisfying if they look and they get. The best would have been if they picked up your pickles and had a good look and put them back. Such a win.
That would have been brilliant.
Like you want them to almost pick it
But
up
then
and have a
also
look at it.
the other sneak affair we had was because getting them onto the campground was one thing, but then also getting them into the festival was another thing. So how you can get things over, because they
yep.
have restrictions and they search in bags and things like that. But one of the things you're allowed was a sealed bottle, and so
Yes.
one of the other things we did was a Lipton's iced tea. I don't know. They do Lipton's in the States, don't they?
Yeah,
Anyway, iced tea.
yeah,
It was an iced tea, big, huge bottle of iced tea.
Peach iced tea.
Yeah, where I popped the lid off. That was a very plosive. I popped the
Plosive that.
I popped the lid off, and emptied half of it out. Well, it was like 2/3 of it out, and then filled it back up with vodka, and proceeded to drink that in one night.
See, that's I went to get some food and came back, and
I was a
where-
mess.
You were done. Yeah.
That's why I woke up on the Sunday morning and I was
You were like,
done, and that's
not
why I
touching
had
alcohol.
7 weeks without any alcohol. I think
Since then.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
So
it
didn't
broke
do
me.
yourself any favors with that. But the other thing we did was we did actually one of the other ways we stashed to get in was gin in big water bottles. So we had these big 1.5 liter water bottles, and we obviously needed water too.
God.
So we had half of them were pretty much water,
It
and
was
the other
more than
half of them
half.
were gin. And you had marked.
We had two with gin and one with vodka? Question mark.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And what you had done is you had put a little black dot with a pen on the bottom of the gin ones, just so we could know which ones are
which ones are alcohol,
because
which
they
ones are
look the
water?
same, and that's more for us. So we can be like, "Where's the gin?" And we can check the bottom. There's like a little black dot. And we thought, brilliant, because the last thing you want to do is wake up in the morning hungover, open up a big bottle of water, and take a mouthful
take
of
a
gin.
swig of gin.
You're going to be feeling a bit. It's a good way to wake up.
It's a quick way to wake
It's a quick
up.
way to wake up. But yeah, so we marked it and thought it was pretty good. Anyway, I brought. We weren't supposed to bring cookers, so we actually brought. We brought 2 cookers.
We did.
What, just 2? Yeah.
We bought a butane gas.
A butane gas stove with a frying pan.
Yeah.
To cook some stuff on, and then I had this thing which is kind of a. If anyone knows what a trangia is, it's a metho burner cooker. So
Methylated spirits.
Methylated spirits has a little candle burner that you can fill up, and you can light it with a match, and it's good for pot noodles and things. It's just like a little candle stove.
Heat water on a little stove.
Had that, and we had the gas cooker too, and I remember the only thing was, since it was so windy and cold, the little candle cooker, it would take a while for it to heat up the water. We're boiling water for tea and stuff, and it would just take, because the wind was stripping away all the heat, it would take ages to boil, and which is all right. But I was like, oh, my cooker's not really, not doing that well. And you were like, maybe use the other cooker. Maybe we should use the other one. And I was like, no, it's fine. No, we use this one's good. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, when was it? It was the next day. It was a bit sunnier. It wasn't as windy.
It was
And we were throughout the morning, we were constantly boiling water to just put into hot flasks for tea. Yeah. And I had my little burner going again, and we were filling up the little jug with water and getting it going, making a tea, and then I looked over and I'm like, and it was
refill the pot, because we made it.
Yeah, we've been making a few. We keep going.
This fire's still burning, so we'll put some more water in.
Put some more water in and then leave it.
Let it boil, and then put that in just to use up all the methylated spirit.
Yeah, just I may as well. And we've got these hot thermos flasks, which will keep it hot for ages. So refilled it and just had that going. And I remember looking over and being like, I remember saying, Jesus, that's getting hot.
Yeah,
that's getting hot.
Really hot.
And then I remember being a bit like, it's a good little burner. And I felt like I was kind of proving, because I was like,
heat rising out of this burner.
It's because it's not as windy today. Like that thing, it's got a bit of kick to it.
You were really. I was
like, it's pretty hot.
It up. You're going, yeah, it is good. It's really good.
It's good, that little
It's really
thing.
good.
It's getting hot. And we're looking at it, and it was like, you could see,
it's really starting to
when
bubble.
things, it's really starting to bubble and boil over, because before it had heated up when it gets the small bubbles, when it's almost boiling, but it wasn't like boiling. The water's boiling.
But this one really was.
This one was really, really boiling. And I was like, oh, and you could see the heat coming off it. It blurs the air.
Yeah, it looked very
Jesus,
hot.
That's hot. And we're like, nice. All right. Well, we'll take it off, take the little stove off the burner and just put it to the side and just give it a second. Because it was getting quite hot.
I'll pour it into the flask.
And then you can pour it in the flask while it's hot, and it'll keep the heat. And
then as I was pouring it, I heard flames.
We had flames.
Do you know that noise?
Yeah.
I heard that
pouring
as I
it
was
directly in the
pouring it
flask.
directly into the flask. I could hear that.
And I was like, oh, maybe give it a second to cool down.
I was like, Tom, this is really hot. I can hear flame. And then
then we put the pot back on the ground, and it wasn't cooling down, and it wasn't on the fire. The pot, we'd taken the pot off of the boiling water, and it was still boiling.
And we were, Tom, the water's on fire.
We're like, I think it's on fire. What's
the
going
water is on fire,
water's on
Tom.
fire.
The water is on. It's on fire. So we're like, what is going on? Why is this? Why is this on? Oh shit!
It's gin.
It's gin.
We've superheated gin.
We've got this big pot of gin that the fumes are obviously like maybe spilled over the edge and has literally caught on. It's literally on
gin
fire.
Has heated to the right temperature. It was actually like, you almost couldn't see, the flames were almost invisible, but it was a boiling pot of gin.
We have a pot of gin that is on fire,
and we've just poured it into a flask, and there's flames now coming out.
Flames
You're holding
coming out of the flask that I'm holding.
It looked a bit like a jet engine because it had like the hole at the top, and there's flames coming out the top, and you're holding it, and it's like, where do we put it? And then we poured a bit of gin on the grass, and then we set the grass on fire, and we were like, we're holding this flaming alcohol, and it's like really hot.
Like, what do we do? What do we do?
And then I think I ended up getting you over, and we kind of like poured bits of it on the grass as you stomped on it.
I was stomping on it, and then we eventually poured it out on there was a dirt road right up, like across from us.
We just
poured it out.
We just put this liquid fire on the road for a bit, and the security guards looking over at us.
It's like, oh,
we're not supposed to have cookers and alcohol, and we've just boiled gin and started a fire.
We set fire to the alcohol.
We were like, it's so unfair. They don't let us have cookers, and they don't let us have alcohol. Like, it's bullshit. And then there's us. We've just made a gin fire. We're completely sober.
Them
it's in the morning.
we've this is it. We're trying to make tea.
We're just trying to make a cup of tea, and we've made a gin fire.
We've set fire to the grass.
Yeah,
trying to make tea.
And we just lost it. I was just laughing because I was like, we labeled the gin bottles. The water, it just got mixed up.
And then Jade was furious, so we just lost it.
We just wasted like a
gin.
whole thing of gin. We just burnt it.
Set fire to it.
Yeah.
Oh well. But yeah, that was all in all. We had a positive experience. I'd say we had a positive experience.
Wading through the mud was.
We ditched out of the Strokes ASAP. On the Saturday night when we eventually got to the festival, which was smart because some people were waiting for like 6-7
hours to get back to the campsite.
To get a bus to get back to the campsite.
Back to the campsite after the
6 or 7 hours.
So they were coming back. There were people rolling in at 7 a.m. to the campsite from the festival, which had ended at like midnight.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
And they've been waiting to get on.
And because it was just the buses and it was bottlenecked, there was no other way to get back to the campsite. So you're literally just like it was just like systems failure.
Yeah, and it was all fell apart. The next day was a lot better.
Yeah, after the first day was a complete disaster.
But I think a lot of people went home.
A lot of people had left. Yeah,
a lot of people were just day passes for the Saturday.
We got lucky. Some people I think did because. If things didn't go your way, and if your tent was in one of the underwater zones, you would have had a very bad time.
Yeah.
If your bags and clothes were soaked through, and your phone's underwater, and if we'd gone to the right place, it would have been worse. Time.
Yeah. But yeah, all in all, I had a fantastic time. I say fantastic. That's a loose term. I had a really enjoyable time.
You almost punched Harry Potter.
And I didn't almost punch Harry Potter. I stayed in the car. I stayed very controlled.
You had the child locks on.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Thank the Lord. But yeah, we lost the gazebo.
Yeah.
We set fire to gin.
That sounds like
pickles.
Sounds like an Adele song.
I set fire to the gin. Lost my gazebo while I was sleeping. Thanks, mate.
That's good.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I could dry it with gin again just to make it more current and popular.
What rhymes with gin?
In.
Well done.
Thanks. Spin.
Okay, let's move on.
Spin.
Spin
gin.
Be there in a min.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks. But yeah, Splendour was good. I feel like I feel like there was a lot more that happened, but I feel like
Yeah,
it's a lot of those things are like
when I got
you have
there-
to be there for it
When
to
I
be
got there,
fun.
I remember looking around and being like, "This, it wasn't amazing."
I'm-
But I was like, I would go back because I know this festival would be incredible if it wasn't underwater.
I know
Mudfest.
if I went again, I know it'd be. I know
yeah.
it would. There's no way they can do it worse.
No, yeah.
That's one thing. I've also then
And
considered.
we kind of got like Glastonbury and Splendour all in one.
Yeah. And Swamp Life. Is that a festival? It sounds like it's a festival.
We should start that. I like that. Swamp Life.
Swamp
A
Life.
Shrek themed festival.
No.
And it's all just like Smash Mouth.
It's
and
just,
like,
Smash Mouth.
it's so
That's all
good.
it is. Or all of the bands that are in that mashup at the end.
What mashup at the end?
What do you mean?
The Shrek one.
Yeah.
What mash? Is there a mashup song?
Are you serious?
Which
Right at the end.
of the first Shrek?
Yes. Are you joking me right now? You had a Shrek themed stream.
Yeah, I know. I played
You
lots of Shrek
haven't
songs.
even seen the movie.
What happens in it?
There's this,
I still think Swamp Life would be a great
Swamp
festival.
Life, dude. dude. Swamp Life. Oh, the
Swamp Life.
people
All the ogres. Swamp Life.
look like onions.
Swamp Life.
They all go hand in hand.
What you doing in the swamp?
Intruder alert. I have a setting on my Alexa
We could just get
that does
heaps
this.
of donkeys and just have them walking around.
There's a setting on my Alexa
Mm.
where if you say Alexa, intruder alert, she says, "What are you doing in my swamp?" All the lights go green, and then it goes, "Somebody wants."
Did you set that up, or is
yeah,
that a
I
thing?
did. Yeah. I'm surprised you don't have that. Hey
That's
Google.
brilliant. You just triggered it.
Yay! I need you to set that up. I think it'd be fun. Have all your lights go green, and then somebody wants
I
to.
can just imagine you getting up in the morning.
Yeah, it's
saying
great
that.
fun.
Getting up. It's a good song, actually.
It is a good song. Very catchy. Do they have any more music?
Yeah. I just don't think it's that good.
And that's the only opinion that
And that's
matters.
it. Swamp Life. They're going to
Swamp
headline
Life.
Swamp Life.
Yeah, one day we'll do Swamp Life and they'll
Swamp
headline.
Life.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Bezos.
Guys, thank you everyone for tuning into the podcast today.
Thank you.
You can support us on our Patreon. It's patreon.com/Musos podcast.
Oh my god, you're getting really good at this.
I know. And if you want to come to our new festival, Swamp Life, tickets will be on sale 2023 September.
I feel like we have to do this now.
Yeah,
we could just
Swamp
do
Life.
it. It could just be like a Twitch festival, like
Swamp
hosted
Life.
live on Twitch. Oh, I clicked. I'm so sorry. Things moved. I didn't touch anything.
Swamp
You have
Life.
no video proof.
And you can follow us on our socials.
Musos podcast everywhere.
Everywhere. And
Go on.
yeah, we're going to be going away next week.
We're going away next week. Yeah. So we are going to be doing a lot more content. If you do head over to the Patreon, and I know I hate the word content. Liquid
Wait
gold.
a second.
What?
We're away right now.
No, we're not.
But when people listen
Oh
to
yeah,
this,
we'll be in
we
the
will
air.
When this comes out,
Yeah.
I will be away.
Didn't we say that? No. We said we'd be in the air.
We're not going to be in the air.
You talked to me about it earlier. Okay, well we'll be away.
We'll be away.
Let me tell
we're
you
actually-
a secret, people.
We're in the future.
We're in the future, and also this is not the first
Oh
pod
wait,
we've
no.
done today.
This will be before we go away. I'm very confused right
Yeah,
now.
me too. Because remember, I said if we live stream this one, Tomothy, this one will be
This
the
is
one that
true.
goes out
On Monday.
on Monday.
So we haven't gone away yet. We're going
No.
away in 2 days.
Yeah, in 2 days. Should we wear
That
these
makes
to the
sense.
airport?
So I was actually contemplating wearing the shirt on the pod like this, as we did.
Yeah.
Or the other option was I was just gonna wear it to the airport.
And just not
And
tell
just
me.
have a hoodie and just not tell you.
Yeah, I was wondering why you were wearing a jacket. I was like, it's quite warm.
It was warm.
Yeah,
I was keen to take it off.
because I asked you like about, well, just over an hour ago.
I dodged it, didn't I?
Yeah, I said, oh, if you have the shirts, like, can you just show me a picture of them, like, or something? Because you mentioned
And I
a
was like, oh
shirt.
yeah, I've got the shirts.
Because you're like, oh, I'm getting a shirt to go away. I was like, oh, can I have a look?
I think I was wearing it when you said that. I was like, I'm wearing it.
Oh wait, you would have been getting it out. I think you were getting it out. I was thinking I
Maybe I
asked
was.
you.
Maybe I was. I left
I think
the
you like
closet open.
dodged it. Oh, it's disgusting behaviour. People are going to be zooming in on that right now and going through all your drawers.
Oh, my clothes.
Yep.
Anyways.
You can stop now. Awkward
We need
handshake.
a second handshake.
No, not today. No, I will. I'm joking.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I am Alex. He is Tom. Together we are Tomics.
Tomics. Gin and Tomics.
No, I don't like that. Weetabix. Together we are Weetabix.
Weetabix. Weetabix.
We Tombix. We Tomlix.
We Tombix. Tom Hurt.
Tomat.
Alex.
Tomato.
Tom Hurto. Just terrible.
Miss you already.
Bye-bye.
Bye.